guys, and welcome back for another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit serious, and it really took me a while to kind of contemplate and think about what I was going to say because I knew this was worth talking about, but I don't know if I'm the right person to do it. And when I say that, it's just because usually when I talk about issues dealing with colorism, people come for me in my comments like I'm not black enough to some people to be able to speak on so-called issues. But anyway, this stood out to me, and this was from a Kendra G interaction, so we're gonna go ahead and react to it. So sit back, get comfortable, and hit that like button on your way in. Let's go ahead and get started.
So this is Cindy, Maryland, 30, Leo, customer service, no kids. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
I'm looking for somebody that's like tall, educated, refined, somebody who is a jokester, somebody that likes to garden, play games, somebody that likes to do exciting things on the daily, somebody that loves music, somebody that wants kids, already has kids.
Okay, some of the things that she wants kind of go without saying. Like somebody that wants to do exciting things every day, like that's most people. Somebody that likes music, again, most people. So you might want to narrow that down a bit. I'm just saying.
Wants more kids. Somebody who doesn't have an issue with me being obnoxious, me leading. Somebody who doesn't need an attitude adjustment. Somebody who doesn't want to like take it too far when there's like a boundary that needs to be met. Like if you have a boundary and the boundary isn't met, it's like they're not doing it. Somebody who asks questions first and doesn't just shoot to kill. Someone who just has a mind of their own individual.
Okay. You said someone doesn't mind you leading, so you want to be the lead in your relationship.
I'm 6'1", and I've always been the type to...
So she's even taller than me. And I get it, you know, as a woman, you want a man that's taller than you. And for you average height women out there, that's not a problem for you if you're 5'5". You know, but when you're like us, I mean, myself, I'm 5'11", so I'm not, in fact, I'm not even 5'11", I'm actually 5'10" and 3/4, but I just say 5'11" because to me that's close enough. But in her case, 6'1", getting a guy over 6 feet is hard. You know what I mean? Let alone over 6'1". She would need a guy that would then be 6'2". I mean, the average guy, I think, is somewhere around 5'8", 5'9", maybe 5'10".
Be sports related. I've always been the type to want to run. I've always been the type to want to control. And if we're not a team, then we can't really play.
She literally has contradicted herself in so many scenarios, but I really wanted her to kind of talk and let it out. She literally said, if we can't play as a team, then we can't play, or something stupid like that. I mean, come on. At the end of the day, ma'am, you're talking about being the leader in a relationship. You're talking about a man accepting you and your obnoxiousness. It's like, okay, this is why you're single. The way that you want to be is very disrespectful to a man. Most men who want to be in a relationship with a woman want to be the leader.
So would you date a guy shorter than you?
Fuck no, but I fucked one before.
Okay. Oh, okay, Sydney. Couple things. So you want a man taller than you, but you still want him to be you want to be the leader in the relationship.
Like, I make 6 figures, and the most that he can make is like 80.
She makes 6 figures. I mean, why do you guys come on Kendra G and just like blatantly lie? You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me 6-figure vibes. Your physical appearance, your background, demeanor, your speech doesn't say high value. The fact that you can't even get out a clear thought without contradicting yourself, it's sad that adult people, you know, are like this and on the show making themselves look, you know, really stupid. But the mental illness is not addressed, I think, by society. It's just like looked at and kind of stereotyped rather than given the attention that it actually needs. But we're gonna do that here today.
So you want him to make less than you?
No, I'm saying he can make 6 million or he can make 80. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the least he can make is 80, not the most.
Right.
The least. Right. I'm just curious. Is this the style for your hairstyle with the band?
Big off? I just thought you wouldn't like me with the wig on. With the wig.
It's not for me to like. I'm not interested in women, so it's for the guy to like. It's whatever you want to do. Okay. So Cindy.
Okay, did you guys catch that? So I'm not about to say not a gosh darn thing about this woman's appearance, okay? I am simply here to point out Kendra G's reaction.
What do you want to do? Okay. So Cindy.
It was like she had to double take. She was like, okay. Moving on. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think, because I am saying nothing.
Maryland, 30. What is the age range you want to date?
25 to 35.
Got to the money early, so we have to make no less than 80K.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to do the Kendra cam?
All right, that's cool. I do the mandatory. Just let me cover my belly.
Okay. We got to see more of your legs, but I guess you told us your height already. Okay. All right, we see you, mama. So this is Cindy, Maryland, 30. When was your last relationship?
Never had a relationship.
You've never had a boyfriend?
I've never had a boyfriend. I've had 2 dating fuck buddy, calling you my boyfriend.
Part of the issue, I think, when it comes to women being attractive is femininity, right? And I'm a large woman myself. Like, I'm running around almost 6 feet tall myself. I mean, literally 5'11" damn near, like, that's tall. So being feminine and being perceived as feminine is important to me as well, because as a larger person, you're gonna be bigger than a lot of men. For instance, there's guys that I literally tower over. And so in scenarios where you still wanna be treated like a lady, you just have to embody femininity. Ribcage in, shoulders back. That's the way you wanna stand up. You wanna stand up erect when you're hunched over and you're wearing all black and you're wearing things that don't exactly flatter you. Something that might slim in your waist to make your chest look, more dignified. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's ways to class up your outfit. Putting on a pair of earrings. If you're gonna have short hair, earrings are gonna be your best freaking friend, okay? You came on a show in which you're seeking a dating partner, then you're coming off and you're dropping F-bombs and stuff. That's not very feminine or attractive either. So the change in your speech, change in your demeanor, and if you hear squealing in the background, I'm sorry, you guys, that's my son, my 4.5-month-old son, okay? You're making yourself come off unattractive, and that's the turning point of this video, okay? Because we're gonna go from feeling sorry for her to understanding exactly what the problem is with a lot of women who look like her. But we'll go ahead and continue.
But I'm just playing with you. We're just fucking, but let's make it official kind of fuck buddy kind of situation.
So is that not a requirement that you desire?
I'm a Gen Y, so like in where I'm from, I didn't want a boyfriend. I wanted a fuck buddy, but I wanted somebody who would call me. But I wanted somebody who respected me, so I called you my boyfriend because I knew you respected me. Like, I told the nigga that I cheated on him, and I didn't really cheat on him because we wasn't really together. But I said I had sex with the person who took my V card. He said he was mad, and I was like, cool, I got you, but I told you. So we was friends, but it's like friends in our day and age.
Okay. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
February.
What are 3 flaws you have to work on, Sydney?
My skin, my perception, and my bank account.
See what I mean? This is how I knew she was lying earlier when she said, oh, I make 100 bands a year. More than likely, if you're at that point, you know how to make your money work for you. It's usually broke people that don't know how to make their money work for them or last. That's why they're broke.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I don't have a problem sucking his dick if he eats my pussy. I don't have a problem making sure that he's eaten, especially if he's already made sure I ate. And I don't have an issue spicing up his ego, especially if he looks out for me when I can't look out for myself.
But I want to have a conversation with you real quick. I want to have a conversation with you. I mean, I know women who are like this, right? That are very sexual forward and the way they demand. And it is what it is, right? You are who you are.
Right.
But let me ask you this way. I'm asking you this. Because what I'm feeling in my spirit, this is more of an armor opposed to who you really are, who you want to be.
Right.
And I could be wrong, but a part of me feels as though because you're 6'1", probably throughout your life, people have probably said things about you, your height or whatever. So you became this tough woman that almost is like emotionless and doesn't really care.
Let's be honest. We all know a pretty well-known YouTuber who calls herself the most important dark skin activist or the originator of the dark skin movement or whatever. That person, this story sounds so similar. The vulgarity in the language, the intensity, the ignorance of the fact that what you put out is what you get back. You want people to perceive you like these other women who are doing literally the exact opposite of what you're doing, and their demeanor, their mannerisms, the way that they speak. If they're doing all of that and then you want to be perceived like them, then why don't you embody the characteristics that they have? She's going to be one of those people that is just mad at the world because of how they perceive her, but yet she doesn't understand that you're exactly putting out, you're mirroring all of these things that people tell you about you. Like you want to lead a man and stuff. Like that doesn't sound like a feminine woman. The way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you treat people, the way that you handle situations, everything, arguments, the way that you handle people on YouTube, like every situation, everything you do, people are watching, and that's what they're judging you on, not the color of your skin. There's people with your same features who act 1,000% different than you, and they don't have the problems that you do. Face it.
But to me, it's an armor. I don't really believe this is who you are at the core. I feel more so it's a way to protect yourself from what people might say about you. Because I feel like, because I mean, again, I know women who are like that, but the way you're coming across is just, and if this is who you are, I could be wrong and I could be spiritually feeling it wrong, but my spirit is telling me that deep down inside, this is not who you really want to be or aspire to be. It's just who you are. You had to become to be tough against the world.
I mean, it's what I answer to from me being born August 21st, 1993, and it being, what's today's date? Whatever today's date is, this is what the results of everything that has happened to me have become. I kept my inner and I gave up my exterior.
Why'd you have to?
See, and that's the problem with a lot of Black Americans. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That attitude right there. Because of what happened to me, I am this way. I have achieved what I have. I have all of these problems because of what happened to me. Well, then why do you have other people in the world who have gone through, been in, wrote the book, bought the t-shirt? Somehow their ending is different. They've achieved the level of success and they've achieved the things that you wish that you could, because their attitude is different about it. They're not looking at anyone holding them back. Like, yeah, I was born in this situation and it sucks. I wasn't born into Paris Hilton's family. But like at the end of the day, it's up to me now to use the life that I've been given to do something positive, to give something to the world that is of value so that I can therefore leave something to my children. What do we stand up for? What do we fight for at the end of the day? And if all you can do is sit back and say, oh, woe is me, instead of getting up and doing something about it, then of course your life is going to continue going in that downward spiral. We should find something we're good at and enjoy, and then take that and make it financially lucrative.
Give up your inner.
No, I gave up my exterior. I didn't give up my inner.
Why did you have to give up your exterior?
Because of how society will look at me when it sees me in 2023. It will remember, I'm a philosophy type person, and I feel like if you see me in 2023 not looking like how I know I'm supposed to be, you'll understand that it wasn't me that failed. It was you.
And
no, honey, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but absolutely, the failures of your life are your fault. Sometimes we're just at the wrong place at the wrong time, but what we do after affects the rest of our life. So if you choose to sit around and not do anything positive with your time, you want to mope around and be negative and spend your time and fester in negativity, that's up to you. That defeatist attitude of, oh, what happened to me is the reason why my life is why it is. It's not because of my failures. No, absolutely it is. And it starts with you as young as being a child, getting up and going to school. Truancy is an issue for some people. So yeah, her parents probably failed her, but at the end of the day, it's up to you not to be a failure for yourself.
Tell me why society, how does society make you this way?
Because of the music that is in today's generation. It is just anger and toxicity and
there's other songs you can listen to. You don't have to listen to that music. There's gospel stations, there's country stations. So I can't agree with the music, because you can choose, unless you're in jail, you can choose your music.
Same thing. It does the same thing, and it goes for the same wants and needs. and it manifests the same thing. Even in gospel, they're manifesting.
What are they manifesting?
In spiritual music, they're manifesting. They're all talking to God and the devil at the same time, and they're manifesting what's going to happen in the future. So they're asking for whatever occurs in their life.
Woe is me because of how I look. My black features have kept me from getting XYZ out of life. It's you who has failed your own life, because there are people who look like you who are billionaires. So what are you talking about? And they will go so hard at telling you how beat down and broken they are from the world instead of just doing something about it. Nobody wants to be around that dark, negative attitude. If you're forcing yourself to listen to music that makes you sad and depressed and feel some type of way about your physical appearance, that's on you.
Okay.
This is the result of me getting the information that they told me that they perceived from me. I don't want to see you with dreadlocks. I don't want to see you with the wig. I don't want to see you with braids. I want to see you with your haircut, a little whatever, and I want you to smile. I want you to look like you're a soldier, and I want you to look like you're for God and for the people first before you condemn everybody and send them all to hell, because just because you don't believe what we believe and you believe what you believe, you got to give up your ghost for the common good.
Well, let me just say this, what I feel like I'm talking to a hurt woman who has been hurt throughout her life. And because of the results of what society has said about her or her experience, she has become this emotionless, hard ass, badass woman. But deep down inside, you're really hurt. And it's not tough. It's more so pain, but it's coming across as tough because that's the way you have to protect yourself. And honestly, it makes me sad. I'm gonna be honest. It makes me sad because I feel as though beauty lives in the side of the beholder. And when to me, you're acting ugly. I don't think you're ugly. Your actions are ugly. The way you're talking is ugly. I don't think your exterior is ugly. I think beauty is what you really do have. And I pray that you get strong enough to let that come out. And fuck society. Who cares? Society's gonna talk about everything.
What's ugly is her attitude, her speech, the vulgarity, the lack of femininity. You know, it was hard to tell that she was a woman until she stood up and we saw her chest. Let's be real. I don't have triple D boobs. That would be nice to have. She's got them. Girl, you better work them things. I'm just saying. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's got something beautiful about them. But that right there, Kendra G hit the nail on the head. There are a lot of women that walk around like this. They blame the world and the media. I understand why this attitude exists. Can you imagine if she just had a dress on, how much different she would look? If she can add a pair of earrings, a little bit of lipstick, maybe a nice dress, because you are the true definer of your own life. But again, this needs to be talked about because mental illness is a real thing. Like, this lady could hardly have a normal conversation with Kendra. And she was talking about the devil and God. And anytime people start getting into that, you're like, okay, you might be a little bit off the deep end. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.